Let's go.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule.
Yay. Der Waffelsturmdolch war heute bei Pia orange.
So listen up! If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win! But
Yay.
if you can't, then I win! And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Loophole.
Of course not! Bears never go back on their word!
Stärkung.
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Ja, erzähl.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person?
Hmm?
Don't bother. I already know the answer. You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me! I'm right, aren't I? I knew it! You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
Ich auch.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that
Ach,
proves
schön.
everyone other than me has been working together.
What?
Hä, ich kann ja gar nicht drücken.
Hold on. This doesn't make any sense.
Ich habe übrigens auch was.
How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
Boah, das war knapp.
No, that's wrong.
It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You two?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine's different. With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. Because
Ich
in
geh mal
my
kurz raus.
picture... See? I'm the only one not in it.
Das dachte ich mir schon. In diesem Fall.
Hero, you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Und was mit
Secret or
Yakuya
whatever, I don't care.
und
You
Toko?
guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole
Seid ihr echt
purpose
so dumm?
behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other.
Also jetzt mal ernsthaft, sind die wirklich so dumm? Also, das frage ich euch, du hast recht. Touché. Moment kurz. So. Bitte was, Dominik? Bitte was?
The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
Wie kann ich beweisen, dass Monokuma eine Falle stellte? Jedes Foto hat etwas gemeinsam. So viel ist klar. Es ist ganz einfach. Wer fehlt in den Fotos? Die Eltern, der Direktor. Hä, das stimmt alles. Alles stimmt. Ich sehe weder die Eltern noch den Direktor, noch sieht man den Besitzer des Fotos in dem Bild. Das ist eine Fangfrage. Wollte ich nur erwähnt haben.
I got it! In each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it.
Glückwunsch, war stumm durch.
So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing. And in the picture Hiro got,
Und was
he's
mit
the
den
only one
anderen?
missing.
As long as we're talking about it,
Ja,
I suppose I should show you my photo
Ja,
as well.
ja, ja. Zeig. Oh, oh. Was?
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
Warte, irgendwas stimmt hier nicht. Etwas über dieses Foto. Diese Fotos. Was stört mich? Was kommt mir komisch vor?
Listen, can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Narben, die sie verstecken will.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Ich bin mir sicher, dass etwas sehr unnatürlich ist. Was ist es? Ich muss sie alle mal vergleichen. Hier, Leute. Ich gehe aus dem Weg, okay? Yakoyas Foto. Tinas Foto. Hiros Foto. Und meines. Ich weiß ja, ihr steht auf Kyoko. Jetzt bin ich überzeugt. Etwas stimmt hier nicht. Aber ich weiß noch nicht was. Ich warte erstmal ab. Stimmt hier nicht. Warte, ist mir klar. Ihr seid alle Idioten. Ich bin übrigens ein bisschen enttäuscht, was hier die Reaktion bezüglich Kyoko angeht. Nur Shanks hat ordentlich reagiert.
Can you just forget about the photo already?
Nö.
Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake? No,
Klasse und
I
Anstand.
assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah! I don't remember ever taking a picture like that.
Ja,
So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Mit dem Finger weggedönst. Vorbildlich war bestimmt. Sehr vorbildlich.
Huh?
Don't get me wrong, I don't remember taking this picture either, but is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Der Grund, weshalb ich mich nicht an das Foto erinnere, bedeutet nicht, dass es gefälscht ist. Es gibt einen anderen Grund. Einen fürchterlichen Grund. Wir lassen uns nicht gleich von jedem Bubis. Was? Amnesie. Oh. Das I war schon da.
Now I understand.
Amnesia.
Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo.
Ich finde, es klingt naheliegend.
As if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Yeah. We all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
Es ist nur natürlich, dass sie das nicht glauben würden. Aber egal, wie sehr sie sich weigern möchten, es zu glauben. Es gibt nur eine einzige Wahrheit. Das hat mir Kyoko gesagt und das werde sie nicht enttäuschen. Ich habe noch mehr Beweise für Amnesie. Ey, ganz ehrlich, nur weil die Detektiv Con geguckt hat, ist sie jetzt der ultimative Detektiv, oder was? Wow.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember
Everything that's happened.
No, that's wrong. Those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss.
Hatte keine Hand
This
frei.
DVD
Wow.
does the same thing.
Was ist mit euch?
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
No, it's nothing like that.
Doch, wir gucken jetzt Pornos.
It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hopes Peak Academy headmaster.
when you say all of us.
Der meint ja auch alle, ja.
I mean all of us, including you.
You lie! I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
Das ist so lustig, dass wir so ein Trial mal machen, wenn ich noch fit bin, ne? Aber das macht mich noch bräsiger dadurch.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
Den ganzen
How
Pool
can you
brauchst du langsam
say
eine
that?
bessere Knarre.
We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here.
Oder eine
To be honest,
größere
I have
Eiswaffe.
something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right?
Glaub
What
ich
were the
nicht.
interviews
Glaube ich
about?
nicht. Ich bin fit.
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
Eine normale.
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually,
Freue mich
we
auch,
all
Rocky.
said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
Die neuen Minispiele schon wieder. Yeah!
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
So
I
jetzt
know it
nebenbei
sounds
nochmal.
absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Then, I really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same
Cool.
time.
This is all making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
But how could someone just steal our memories?
Wir schaffen es locker.
How?
Ich glaube, wir schaffen es
Come,
locker.
come, come. That hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
So eine schöne Schule und mit Kyoko würde ich dort auch für immer leben wollen. Oder Sayaka. 4 oder später.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
Das originelle Motiv.
You mean the motive you came up with? To try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does. But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
Wenn wir das nicht schaffen, dürfen wir mit den Mysterien der Schule nicht fortfahren. Deswegen muss ich mein Bestes geben, den Mörder herauszufinden. Der Mörderer. Originelle Übersetzung eben, ja. Raum Mukuros Schülerprofil. E-Handbuch Plus. Das E-Handbuch Plus bringt mir gar nichts.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably a million miles away.
Das
No,
war
that's
einfach.
wrong.
Durchbruch.
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
In der Luke.
How do you know?
ich mir nicht angucken
Did you
durfte.
find some evidence or something?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time.
Zeig
So there
Luke.
can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
Ich bin mir sicher, dass ich es euch bereits gesagt habe, aber trotzdem werde ich mich wiederholen. Dieses Mordspiel begann mit 16 Studenten und die einzigen, die Hobbs Peak seit dem Mordspiel betraten, sind nur diese 16. Das
So
war
if the
heute einmal und nie
mastermind
wieder.
is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
But how'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Well, it's not me!
I blame Makoto!
What? Why me?
'Cause it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
Oh, I get it. The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind
Ich bin
himself,
dumm wie
right?
Brot.
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Also ich meine, Hiro ist noch dümmer, aber ganz ehrlich, ich bin der dümmste von allen bis auf Hiro, weil das ist eine Dummheit, da muss man nicht mehr drüber reden, glaube ich.
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Everyone,
Ich glaube,
calm
dass er
down.
nicht das Mastermind ist.
There's
Ja.
no reason to panic. The Mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
Ich glaube, ja, Waffelsturmleuch, du hast da was durchschaut.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
Waffelsturmleuch, das ist okay. Der Drahtzieher macht ja nichts. Also, der tötet ja keine Leute. Eigentlich. Also nur manchmal. Außerdem, Hiro könnte wirklich Mastermind sein, weil ganz ehrlich, so dumm kann doch ein Mensch nicht sein, außer er will so dumm sein.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Nö. Mukuros wahrhaftiger Todesgrund war...
I got it! All of the
Die Alte.
wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Die Alte, ey.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
Ich schon. Man erkennt auch unzählige andere Wunden, welche allerdings schon einige Tage alt sind.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago.
Ja und?
So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Ganz ehrlich, wir finden eine Leiche, also eine Leiche wird erst als Leiche deklariert, sobald 3 oder mehr sie gefunden haben. Dadurch, dass sie niemand gefunden hat, ist sie halt einfach noch keine Leiche damals gewesen, offiziell.
Consider this.
Spinatkopf.
What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days?
Oh Gott, sind es nicht immer die alten Wunden, die uns das meiste Leid zufügen? Der sitzt tief aus. Angst, dass er deinen Teddybär zum Leben erweckt. Das ist okay, Lars. Ist doch nett, wenn der Teddybär auch lebt.
If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know...
You're wrong.
She denied me. Before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
Wenn sie sich so sicher ist, dass sie ihr widersprechen wird, warum wird sie dann überhaupt das sagen? Was? Bitte was, Lurker? Bitte was, Lurker? Du kannst keine Mozartkugeln vor mir verstecken. Oder hast du Angst, dass ich da reinspringe? Also, ganz ehrlich, ich springe da nicht rein. Ich nehme eine nach der anderen. Oh Gott. Okay. Was kommt jetzt?
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier.
Ja, das stimmt.
She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds in battle.
Are you finished?
You didn't deny me this time, Z-Wimsy. You made me go all cutesy.
Don't worry, there wasn't anything cute about it.
Steht in ihrer Akte. Da Beweise dagegen sprechen, dass Mukuro deswegen an Wunden litt. Byakuya sollte das auch wissen. Warum sagt er nichts? Okay, dann ist es auf jeden Fall die Akte. Ich weiß aber nicht mehr, was da drin steht.
She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds
Weiß nicht mehr, was da drin steht, aber wir werden es rausfinden, nicht wahr?
No, Mukuro didn't suffer those
Ach
wounds in
stimmt, da
battle.
stand, dass sie... Okay, ja.
The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much.
Wusste ich.
Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir,
Hä, ich esse einen nach der anderen. Wenn ich alle auf einmal esse, ist das doch total dämlich, weil dann habe ich ja nichts mehr. Hundreds gleich Tausende. Ja. Ja, awesome. Hier lernt man noch was.
when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing. Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Andere Persönlichkeit, die weniger krank ist. Ist so. Ist so. Ist so. Unterschreibe ich so.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
Ja.
That's exactly what it means.
Hiro hat doch 1 oder 2 Gehirnzellen übrig.
When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto,
Respekt,
you
ja.
said you were attacked in your
Viel
room by a
Respekt.
masked assailant. If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
Die Identität des Angreifers. Ich kann mir keinen anderen mehr vorstellen. Niemand. 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 Einfach nur niemand.
I got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind.
Wer hat mich attackiert? Niemand. Na dann.
When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask,
Hallo Rebecca. Das ist mein Speck.
I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all.
Ups.
It was the mastermind.
Entschuldigung.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might
Entschuldigung.
convince me otherwise?
Nein, es kann nicht sein, dass Mukuro das gewesen sein konnte. Selbst wenn ich ihr Gesicht nicht sehen konnte. Können sie nicht die gleiche Person sein? Handys sind auszumachen im Unterricht. Hä, wir sind nicht im Unterricht. Ich bin hier, die Überwachungskameras des Unterrichts. Oh nein, ich muss was einsaugen. Ja, toll.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, There's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand?
Hilfe.
Maybe the right foot. Or perhaps the left foot. Or could it be the hips?
Jetzt chill doch mal, Junge. Sie lag so. Eigentlich müsste es die
You
rechte
never
Hand
saw their
gewesen sein.
face,
Es
right?
müsste die rechte gewesen
So
sein.
you can't have any. I'm telling you now, it was.
You're wrong. There's another part of the.
Oh? And what is it? The right hand? Or the left hand?
Maybe the. Or perhaps. Or could it be the hip?
Hipstone-Leiber.
You never saw their face. So you can't have. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Iku.
Oh,
No, that's wrong.
Nur das für rechts. Nein! Für die rechte Hand, Mann. Mann, no.
Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir.
Also
In
ich
other
finde, die
words,
Fingernägel
a
sind
wolf
aber auch
tattoo. But I
aussagekräftig.
saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that
machen, nee.
still doesn't prove that it was me.
Hat sie wohl eher nicht.
It could have been, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it could have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her. Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Bevor irgendjemand darauf antworten konnte. Entschuldigung. Ich muss jetzt aber nicht vorlesen, oder? Zog Kyoko ihre Handschuhe aus.
Your hands!
Ohne drüber nachzudenken, schrie ich fast auf. Hallo? Es war mir als bloß verbrannte Haut. Wie unhöflich.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko schien etwas nervös, während sie das gesagt hatte. Danach zog sie wieder ihre Handschuhe an. Sorry, ich musste das kurz.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear.
Aber wie kann man denn aufschreien, nur weil man Narben an den Händen sieht? Das ist also, sorry.
There can be no doubt that the one who attacked
Unhöflicher Typ.
Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful. On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry. Did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me
Knusprige
farther into
Hühnerhaut.
the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow, she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Leichenhalle.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
Ja, aber wir wissen ja gar nicht, wo.
To hide a body here.
Ja, wo kann man denn eine Leiche
Store
verstecken?
it somewhere?
Schwierig. Mir fällt nur eine Möglichkeit ein, wo man eine Leiche lagern könnte. In der Müllhalde. Auf den Müll mit ihr.
Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Naja, Dominik, dass er so lange überlebt hat. Aus dem Grund, weil überleg mal, du tötest jemanden und hast dann Leute, die gegen dich ermitteln müssen. Du willst, dass Hiro einer von denen ist. Du willst, dass er dabei ist. Weil du möchtest ja mit dem Mord davonkommen. Die ganze Zeit im Kühlschrank. Neben dem Obstfach, richtig.
The biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body, and it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
Ein Beweis. Was kann beweisen, dass die Leiche vom Biolabor in den Garten bewegt worden sein muss? Etwas war im Garten, wo es nicht hätte sein sollen.
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is...
Kann mir jemand sagen, warum dieser Trial... Also wir sind jetzt schon... Wie lange sind wir in einem Trial? Eine Dreiviertelstunde oder so? Wieso ist dieser Trial bisher der einfachste? Der letzte Trial ist wirklich mit Abstand der einfachste bisher.
The tarp that we found in the garden.
Ja,
When I was
gut, das geht
checking it
natürlich auch.
over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says biolab.
Oh, du kannst lesen.
Holy cow!
Sie hat's gelernt.
How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Wie war das mit Helfen?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab.
Also man kann ja auch eine Plane nicht aus dem Biolab bewegen, ohne dass da eine Leiche drin ist, richtig?
In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
Da sind 2 Planen. Whole stack.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
Nee, die waren blau.
That's just a
Die waren
wild
blau.
guess.
Außen steht da Biolab drauf. Also
Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
Game am Ende auch durchspielt. Aber das wäre
There is no
sinnvoller gewesen, wenn es am
evidence.
Anfang einfach
I
wäre.
was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Das ist unser Beweis. Reicht.
Up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
Are you talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
Ein Widerspruch im Biolabor? Könnte sie darüber reden?
La la la, I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Such a child. Oh well, just
Ja,
ignore
ja,
it.
ja, ja, ja. Was meint sie genau damit? Die Widersprüchlichkeit im Biolab.
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What one thing?
What do you think? I'm talking about your family.
Was?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
Stopp mal. Unser Vater sieht aus wie der Direktor. Chat, wir haben hier jetzt gleich ein Problem. Also vielleicht...
Sir? Babe? Sir?
Just saying?
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Roses Baby Joghurt.
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family?
Mir
Are they
egal.
really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Deswegen. Sie hat recht. Ich darf mich nicht provozieren lassen. Er will nur, dass wir sein Geheimnis vergessen. Wir sind ein Goldfisch. Wir kommen immer näher zur Wahrheit. Wenn ich also seinen Mund schließen will, muss ich den Widerspruch enthüllen und ihn das fressen lassen. Ist schwierig, mit einem geschlossenen Mund zu fressen. Also, den das... Naja. Kyoko redet von den Gefrierkammern selbst. Kugelkrieg. Oh Gott.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? Rawr! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Proof, proof, proof! Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
Hilfe!
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Rawr! I'm not listening!
Hä? Ach, jetzt plötzlich! Ja, jetzt wart doch! Oh!
What?
Mann, dann
What do
zeig
you
mir doch
want?
an, dass ich jetzt plötzlich wieder auswählen kann.
Are you sure about this?
Diese, also das...
I'm
Also,
not listening!
Schnauze
This should
jetzt.
prove it.
Man hat nirgendwo gesehen, dass ich auswählen kann.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Die leuchten.
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
Leichenkontrollleute.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in. And there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
9 Lichter, das macht keinen Sinn. Es muss eine andere Anzahl sein.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
Das stimmt, ich werde das auch noch einmal tun. Sayaka ist zuerst gestorben. Junko folgte danach. Leon war der Dritte. Danach kam Chihiro. Dann wiederum Mondo. später dann Hifumi und Taka. Andersrum, Taka ist zuerst gestorben. Und Celestia. Handy Strike 4. Es tut mir leid. Sakura war die 9. Und Mukuro die 10.
So 10 people in all?
Aber ich musste was abklären, was wichtig war, okay? Weil... Ich war mir nicht sicher, ob ob eine Skizze nicht zu hübsch war. Nicht zu schön. Nicht zu schön war.
That's right.
Ich putze mal kurz
Any
nebenbei
other
Nase.
number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the
Was?
bodies to get rid of evidence.
Mörderer. Dankeschön aus dem Versabgift an Mörderer. Dankeschön. Vielen, vielen Dank. Bis auf der Skizze waren zu groß. Also da war noch ein bisschen mehr zu groß. Dankeschön aus dem Versabgift. Dankeschön.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Ihre Leiche wurde nicht angefasst. Gott sei Dank. Zeig Skizze. I don't. Weil, Auftrag darf ich nicht. Können wir machen, wenn es draußen ist.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently
Trinkt
been
so viel,
10
ich muss schon wieder
deaths,
pipi.
but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
Warum gibt es weniger Leichen als Morde? Wenn ich alles zusammenknüpfe, ergibt nur eine Sache Sinn. Gleiche Person zweimal ermordet. Eine Leiche wurde verbrannt, jetzt wissen wir es. Es kann sein, dass jemand sich die ganze Zeit im Tod stellte. Wir haben bei jeder Leiche genau überprüft, ob sie tot waren oder nicht. Niemand besaß Herzschlag. Das stimmt, ich meine es anders.
I got it! What about if the same person was killed twice?
Egal.
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far,
Genau, Überprüfung.
but one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Das wollte ich nämlich auch sagen. Ja, wir haben jede Leiche überprüft, ob sie wirklich tot ist. Wie war das mit unserer umherwandernden Leiche?
Murdered and murdered again?
Murdered and murdered again. Ja,
If that's the case,
hier halt
there
weiter.
could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Noch ein
Sounds like
Continue
you're already
übrigens.
convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on!
Ja, wirklich ist er abwegig. Komm.
Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Alter, ich mag Monokuma, wenn er so zickig wird. Oh Gott, wir müssen wieder einsaugen. Oder? Vielleicht ist es auch das Richtige.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima,
Was Großspeere?
Leon Kuwata, Chihiro Fujisaki, Mando Owada, Kiyotaka Ishimaru, Hifumi Yamada,
Ist das jetzt, muss ich überhaupt das... Ist das schon das, was ich brauche?
Or maybe Sakura Ogami.
Ist Sakura, eindeutig Sakura.
No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice.
Habe ich das jetzt gebraucht? Habe ich das zweimal ermordet jetzt gebraucht? Ich probiere es einfach mal.
Who is this someone else that
Hallo,
Mukuro
Lima.
was killed as?
Einen
Was
wunderschönen
it
Abend wünsche ich dir.
Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima?
Oh.
Shoot!
Who is this was it Junko, Leon, Chihiro, Mando, Kiyotaki,
Ich glaube, ich brauche das zweimal.
Celestial, or maybe
Sakura,
Rattengift.
no. There's no way anyone was
Nein.
murdered twice.
Ich wollte es einsaugen. Ich wollte es einsaugen. Hör auf.
who is this was it Junko, Leon, Chihiro, Mando, Kiyotaki, Fumi, Celestial, or maybe
No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice.
Zweimal ermordet. Das ist ein Wort. Falsche Richtung. Ich wollte doch nur
Is this
einsaugen.
someone else that Mukuro was killed? Was it Sayaka Maizono, Junko Enoshima?
No, that's wrong. Junko. Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
what do you
Noch ganz
mean?
schön böse sein. Nein. Nein.
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
Then the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
so let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again.
Wir müssten relativ zeitig hinkommen. Also
Only
es müsste
this time,
funktionieren.
it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Then, it's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... what does it all mean?
Was,
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
Hatte keine Handschuhe.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Make-up. Make-up locker. Make-up. Make-up.
Who is it? Who's behind
Ich meine, du
all
siehst
this?
doch, dass die Leiche die Fingernägel von Junko hatte.
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Mukuro am Leben? Mukulo lebt noch, aber können wir dem wirklich glauben? Nein, das geht nicht. Mukuro Ikusaba ist tot. Möglicherweise. Okay, was kommt jetzt?
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is
Hey, jetzt wollte ich haben.
Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Mukolo. Mukolo. Ich muss mit der Leiche argumentieren. Ich muss mit der Leiche argumentieren. Am besten mit der Leiche diskutieren.
It wasn't Mukuro.
No, that's
Das hätte jetzt
wrong.
alles sein können. Weil das war nicht, das andere war Mukuro, also
No. The body we found in the garden was
hört nie zu,
Mukuro.
das ist gemein.
That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
Als Double
She
Kill.
was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
31, 22, 31. 31, 21, 32. Ich hoffe, die meinen nicht Zentimeter. Ich hoffe, das ist eine andere Maßeinheit.
And then
Hallo,
there's the
Organi.
matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no
90
question
ist halt
it's
fett.
her.
Ach so, natürlich. Sorry, da,
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
jemand ließ es so ausschauen, als ob er gestorben wäre, aber lebt in Wahrheit noch. Es kann nur sie sein.